Yep.
that you think about in between, and I don't care what you do, you can then take control and have
Yes.
agency. Then what I can see, and we've been trying to do that, and I like how you're doing it, is that you can think about that hybrid approach. How I was teaching before is I was always teaching, I teach business technology, the AI, machine learning.
Yeah.
And before even COVID, I was trying to say people need to collaborate with each other. Plus, there's something about being together, right? Think
That's
about,
magic.
I think about even when we think about the internet, what was happening in the internet, what made the internet so great? Do you know what really promoted the internet? I was at the very beginning of the internet. Any ideas?
Sure.
It's really pornography. Basically,
That was my second
pornography really just took it up. But think about it, porn doesn't replace real sex, right? It may be in addition to that, but it's still people are having babies, right? So the idea here is to take that same thing, is that hybrid approach,
Yeah.
that you're a musician or you're an artist. One of the things when I go to art shows, one of the things I'm disappointed, very few people are actually doing their sculpture there or doing their painting. Because wouldn't you like to see, why do you buy a piece of art, is I want to see the story behind it. I want them to be able to take and basically know you through your art. Even to me, it's more interesting. How did you get there? How did you make that sculpture? And it's the same thing in music that you can think about. There's no replacement for me being in the concert.
Exactly.
Actually being in a concert and feeling that vibe in my chest, right? And being with groups of people. Why we always had that is not there, but there's still an idea that it doesn't need to replace. So even when you're at the concert, you can then be broadcasting live yourself.
Exactly. Yep.
You can then be able to bring in your crowds that weren't be able to get those tickets. It's not going to take away from that and be that hybrid. So I see the idea of AI, it can be, actually you want to see how can I work together, that if I'm developing a song, then there's always, you're going to try to go to somebody and say, what am I missing here? I need something to finish off the song. I need something to end, and you can do it. So this gentleman in the back here, what is your name? Max. What he was saying I thought was beautiful. The idea of even having a writer or an artist, what I'm interested in is their process.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's basically that process. How do you write a poem? How do you write something? How do you write music? So I think we can think about it, and I don't think anyone, you can think about it is, I don't care what you do, right? If it's photography, the idea, or creating anything that you create can be aside there. So I really give you credit. My only other point here, since we are raining, we might as well stay, is the idea of what is this mellow sense. So I need to have the equipment now. I need to have something like Apple Vision here that I need, or I need to have a HoloLens.
All you need with Melvocene is a headset. And
A
then what happens
headset.
is that I pull in your laptop, your tools, you plug in your real instrument, but inside, you and I are having this conversation and working on a track, and you could be in Singapore.
Okay, so but it's not part of you're not doing
The AI
AR
element was what
or
I'm saying.
the AR. Are you doing this as an AR
It's
element?
right now it is VR, and as the headsets progress into being mixed reality.
But but it's not. So give me a scenario. How would it work?
So right now the way we use it is
Yes.
that my producer is in Amsterdam.
Okay.
And what we do is, because majority of the creative process, that magic that happens is in person. So the idea was, and it's based on some science, 68% of human communication is nonverbal. Technology essentially removed almost all of our communication since it's text-based.
Okay.
So the idea was, how do we recreate that magic? So what happens, I go, okay, let's go in and work on the track. I put on my headset, I grab my guitar, he puts his headset on in Amsterdam, and then we are together in a studio together. And then other people can come in as well from anywhere in the world. So like when we did on the BBC, we had him in Amsterdam, me in London, drummer in Los Angeles, jumped in, and we made a track together in that space. As the technology is evolving, then we move into the augmented reality to where we can then provide this for...
So you're selling this as a product now?
Yeah, so basically this is the software that we have the patent pending and all this garbage.
Okay, so if I wanted to buy, I can now go today and purchase.
You will once we get finished.
Okay, you're on that process that you want this, that I download, and this is for artists?
Artists and bands. fans can just jump in with a headset. If the artists want to bring in their system, their DAW and all that, their creative software, then they have to buy the software. And I don't remember how much is the software, Julie. $20. $20 gets you inside.
Gets me as a fan.
Yeah. And actually, we talked with the University of Miami when we were at CES last year, some of your colleagues, about we are going to start implementing the system into colleges because online music is a nightmare.
Well, tomorrow I'm having someone from the music engineering school come. So you may want to.
I'm in sessions tomorrow for the rest of the week up in Tampa. So
okay, but
let's
maybe
just
we
talk right now.
That's the whole point that you say that
but the whole point,
But
the whole point would be to have the hybrid approach, right? And what would be nice is that hybrid approach that this conference maybe later on, then you could basically, we could have you come in and basically show it, okay?
Exactly.
Thank you.
Who else is speaking tomorrow? Raise your hands, both.
I'm missing all.
Okay, great.
Chad, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much, everyone.
You guys, thank you.
We're going to make us
Jean-Marie would like for all of us to come up on stage. Let's all take a photo.
That's the only thing they want.
My name's Talia Almodovar. We'll see each other tomorrow. Please get home safe, and thank you.
So I want to talk to you.
I want to go to the stand.
That's all they have. It's cameras.
The speakers are here.
The speakers are here, and that's it. And the speakers could possibly be, some of them could be good. This one looks like he's the Hamid Kapeshmi, I call it Churchal. But what they're trying to do is basically, what now I understand what he's trying to do is create some software that you could work together, and the problem is the latency. What happened with Zoom is when you're actually doing it. Oh, he wants to.
He wants us to go there. It looks like there are some people here.
Right. It looks like that. Hi.
Hi.
Can we get some more people on this side?
Oh, you're still.
So we look even? Yeah.
Here she's talking.
Thank you.
Exotic, it's a bomb.
Okay. It's good? Yeah, exactly. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, first layer, exactly.
Who wants to join me? Oh, you mean like down?
The short people.
I can't say. It's just so that everyone can see.
No, the short people should be here.
Yeah, exactly.
The tall people, he
I
will
think I
block
do that.
everybody.
I don't want to take over, but who else is gonna come down here with us?
Right, here.
Don't we?
Get cozy.
The short people.
The short
ones come in.
short ones in the bottom.
Smile, God loves you.
That's good. See, already we're getting inspiration. Did you hear that, God? Smile, God loves you.
Okay, you wanna come down?
I can come on down.
Yeah, come down. You be with the short
I
guy.
can't really sit in the water ball.
Join the.
Okay, I mean. Alright. Can I put my arm in? Is that okay?
That's fine.
Yeah, that's
I'm like
fine.
falling over, yeah.
Right, that's fine. We're making good friends.
Yeah, we are.
1, 2, 3. I got one. I got 2, 3 smile. And that's the last one. All right.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Oh, we have more cameras than we have people. We're famous.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
It's like the Met Gala.
Wow, yeah.
Coming back for seconds.
This is going to be worth something for you guys someday.
The process.
We got in the back, too.
All right.
All right.
Thank you
Right.
guys. Thank you. They won.
You know, this was a good idea with the stairs, you know.
Yeah, levels.
It's much better than before.
everyone trying to get together and meet.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
then you
can't.
could get all the layers
Yeah.
in a short space, you
There
know,
you go.
because they couldn't
See,
fit.
we started that.
They couldn't fit in the camera before because they spread so wide.
So are you involved with this?
Yeah. So we're business partners. I'm the CEO.
Okay, so can you tell me a little bit about it?
Oh yeah. So essentially, right now we're still working on getting like the beta released and everything. But if you think about like what is going on visually once you're in there, is that everybody can share their screens.
Okay.
So essentially, and we make it so that all the different DAWs, like like the DAW is like the music software that musicians use.
Okay.
And we make it so that they're compatible because right now they're not really compatible.
So how do you make it compatible?
We use a file sharing system because like
So
musicians.
let's say, so this is for.
You're using Unity? What development environment
Yeah,
is
we're
it?
using it in Unity right now.
Okay, and then it'll work if I have a HoloLens or something like that. It will work.
Yeah,
or
so
no?
first we're starting off on the MetaQuest headsets because they're the easiest for people to use and they're cheaper.
Okay.
And so we're going to initially release on there, and then we're going to release on the Apple headset.
How cheap are they?
The base model that works is $199.
$200.
Yeah,
$200.
and then they go up from there, and their $600 one is very close visually to the Apple headset, but the Apple headset is like $3,500.
I know.
And
Did you see their announcement yesterday?
Oh, no, I didn't. We were traveling all day.
You should go online and see in their opening. They had, Apple had their big event, and in their opening, they spend maybe 30 minutes on their Apple Vision. So it's good for you to see what their vision is.
Yeah,
of Apple
exactly. And that's where like a lot of musicians, most
Now,
musicians use Apple. So that's why we really
but
want to
your
use it.
platform will not work if I don't have headsets. Because
Not currently, no, yeah.
Okay.
And
A lot of
so,
people are adverse to that. I don't want to be working on my head.
yeah, and it's something that we found that when people get in there, because all the visual cues are there, like you're used to working on your laptop and everything, most people kind of, they get used to it very quickly. Like when we did the BBC special, the host of the show, she was a musician, but she's never used the VR headset or anything.
So you brought
and
it into
we bought it.
You went to the BBC
Yeah.
or what? Or they
Yeah,
came to you?
so we went to London and we met with them, and so we were.
And how did you get that?
We met them at CES.
Oh, okay.
So we debuted at CES last year, and so then
you had a booth at CES last year? 'Cause we always go.
Yeah, so we
No,
were.
the
we were
problem
down
is that you are dealing with an operating system that is not a standard operating system.
With Unity.
Oh
And
well.
not only Unity, also the goggles or
Headsets.
the headset is not using a regular operating system. So
What do you
Yeah,
suggest?
so
it would have been good if you could take your software and develop it so it runs on other operating systems such as Android and Windows and Unix and Linux.
Now the challenge with that is latency.
Yeah, I
So
know.
the thing is, so when you bring it all
Well, that
into
was, well, you also think about it when Zoom, right? When all these researchers wanted to get together in Zoom, it was the idea.
And that's where, if you think with Zoom, you don't really think about what operating system that's on, because when you screen share, it doesn't really matter. And that's essentially what we're doing. Is it's like a screen sharing element, because what you need for collaboration.
So your idea of going with these headsets is the reason that you're going to reduce the latency aspect?
So that helps with the latency as well as the screen sharing, so that way you can be on a Mac and your friend can be on a Windows if you happen to know a musician who uses Windows.
But you don't,
but you can all have those things going. So it works on your Mac. So when you have your whole studio is on your
Mac.
So you have to link your PC or your Mac to these goggles or to this device.
Yeah.
You have to be there with it.
And it is wireless or wired?
It works via Bluetooth, so it can just go that way. We can't hardwire
what you
it.
should have done, which I was talking to, you should have shown them. Why didn't you show
Oh, well, because he was just invited to kind of speak about AI in general, and so we weren't really planning on just kind of presenting
But
the
you
company.
have
We
it
didn't
here
want it
to
to be a
see?
big advertisement thing.
But I think it's the opposite. Because people don't understand it unless they
Because
see
most
it.
people
and so
don't understand what you're
I
talking
think half
They
the
don't
people in the
understand what
audience
you're talking about.
They have no idea what he was talking about.
Well, and that's where we were. He was just kind of when we talked about AI in general, as opposed to our platform.
No, but
when we're invited to speak about
yeah,
things,
but I find it. I'm just telling you more interesting. Because
that's fantastic. Yeah.
No, but
Just a little more specific so people that are not familiar with it.
or can imagine it, or how you're different from the others. But go look at the Apple Vision. You can just look at Google the event, and then you'll see where they explain it, and you'll see what the ways to do it. So now is the opportunity, in my opinion, for you then to go to Apple and say what they're dying for are apps on it.
Yeah,
So if
exactly.
you can be, rather than going to the metaverse, say, hey, we got it great, your whole community
Integrated with AI.
Yeah.
And they're integrating everything with AI now. The vision, so if you can go to them and say, listen, we got a great app for you now to really get all your musicians that are ready, Max.
Yeah, like we've spoken to Apple Vision like a couple times. And just kind of like talking, because usually they don't necessarily like invest in the companies early on unless they have opened that up. Because I know like one of their biggest things is trying to get more apps onto their platform. And so like the way that they work with that is they usually want like a really refined product.
I know. But it's the opposite. I think now, I think that you can say, hey, and you make the pitch, listen, who is your biggest community? Our artists, right? That started. Who is a bigger community? Is all music, just like you said. There's nobody that doesn't have it. Look at this. Help us in a way to that we're thinking about your competitors to do it. See how you can do it with them. And then it can sell. You'll give it to them. They can sell more of this Apple Vision. A lot of people
Also,
are
there are a lot of devices like those goggles that you're using that are using regular operating systems.
Yeah, but that's the problem of latency. How do you overcome the latency?
And that's where like even with the goggles, the thing is that we don't need to use like to create the environments. You need Unity or you need Unreal. But Apple has a really bad relationship with Unreal, and they're not really wanting to support that. That's a whole legal thing. But so we're doing it in Unity. But the thing is that you don't really. Like all the other things to integrate into it, you don't really need to have an operating system within the goggles, because the goggles are really what bring you into the environment. But everything that you're seeing on your screen is all whatever operating system you need, so it's separated in that way. So you don't necessarily.
So literally, you could see if I'm here and I don't have the goggles. What can I still be a part of it?
We'll eventually add in like a mobile aspect of it. You can look in on what's going on. So let's say they like you're
as a viewer. You can use it as a viewer. As a participant.
No, because like all of the tools that we're using, because like musicians have like a whole suite of tools that they like to use, and they like to pick and choose all those. We're just making it so that they can transport all of those into the system. So that's where it supports that. So because we don't want them to have to learn another system. Usually to do any kind of remote collaboration, they always have to like learn somebody else's tools to do it. Yeah. So we just import that all in there.
And how did you get involved in this?
I married a musician. And I was actually applying. I was actually interviewing at med schools once I decided to move into this, but I've always managed like the business side of the music industry for him. And so
you decided not to do med school?
You know, I was kind of getting to the point where I was doing research at the WHO, and I was like, I just don't think that going in as a doctor is the biggest way to have an impact on that. So I was like, because I was
but now
so much innovation.
But now AI.
But you can run it on any goggles, or you have to
I'm going to talk to the. Let me find the AV guys for tomorrow. I need to talk.
Let me show you another example. Look,
because like right now we don't have it necessarily so that you can it's getting very close to that point, so it's not about like jamming remotely together necessarily. It's more about the recording process, so that way you can actually so everybody has like their own screen up, so you record it, and that way we have it so it's kind of similar. It's basically gaming technology. So like, you know, when people are gaming, they can all be in the same thing, they can all be like, you know, shooting the same guy jumping out of a vehicle at the same time, and it's happening in real time for you because of your references. And so that's why doing it in VR is really nice, because it takes place on your references, like so when you hear the other musicians audio coming in, like there is a delay, but you don't really notice that as much because it's like, you know, being on a phone. But when you're recording, and so and also have, we're working on an AI, it's like a patented AI technology that essentially uses, that it reduces the audio latency significantly. And that is more for the reference audio that you hear. The audio latency. So of like the live one, which is, so not what's being recorded, but what is you're hearing. So we have those splits. So everything is recorded locally, but so that way it's all lossless and everything like that. So it goes directly into the computer. So what you're hearing is a different generated audio. So the way that we manage that audio, we have an AI system to do that. That's all patent pending and everything, and that reduces it significantly. We've actually because it has like this big it has some applications with just audio transmission in general. We've actually spun that off into a separate company as well because it's needed in like gaming, communications, like telecoms. We even talked to some quantum communications people and stuff about that as well. So
I come from telecom.
oh really? Okay.
Branch out music tech. Yeah.
Okay. And what is it that you're?
I mean AI, generative AI. We basically sell parts of songs as NFTs.
Okay.
But we extract vocals and use instrumental to generate additional versions of it. Put it back, package it, you extract the lyrics, transcribe the lyrics, and then we generate the videos from those lyrics and then package it as a one package and sell it as an NFT to super fans.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, and so that's where like I was saying with us having everything like within ours is more like it's virtual studios essentially. Like we're not really creating a lot of like the tools and stuff that musicians use. So that's where like people will actually be able to use stuff like your product within the platform.
I use Pro Tools remotely.
Yeah.
I mean, there are products like that. In one direction, it's fine because you can you basically adjust the timings and you feel like it's real time. But it's
and that's where
two-way conversation is like 30 milliseconds max.
And so he'd be able to kind of tell you about more like the finer details and what the latency is. And it always depends on what the broadband is like and kind of all that. But the thing is, like even so when we did our prototype, or like we debuted our prototype on the BBC, and that was the first time that we even had we had 4 musicians going at the same time across the world, and they created a track in 15 minutes that would normally take like an hour and a half. And that was with them doing it for the first time, and one of them had never even been in VR before. But all those like visual cues were there, and they didn't really even she noticed some latency, but that was actually because the setting on her interface was off, where you can kind of adjust some of those delays and everything. But it's really that thing of getting people into that same room feeling and getting that magic going, because the latency it doesn't need to be as close as it would need to be with like a live jam session. But even then, when I was first getting the musicians into the prototype, trying to get them to go through all of the pieces and try everything out, check all the boxes, they started jamming together anyways, because the delay was just right there without us even trying.
30 milliseconds, and then when you save it, you actually compensate for the delay, and then it's in pocket.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's where for live performances and stuff, we're working on that. But that's where most companies, they're trying to get that live jamming aspect. But the thing is that the upcoming generation, they couldn't care less about live jamming and playing in sync together that much, because it's all about the creation and just making music, making beats, and doing all of that. So that's where you just need mostly the communication aspect, and the latency to be decent with that, which it really is. It's phenomenal. You don't really even notice it at all. But because it's all recorded, all the music is recorded locally, then it's still lossless files and everything that you need, so you don't have to worry about sending these giant files across.
Got it.
Yeah, you should try other devices. You see, this is another device, and I can talk to it hands-free. I tell it, my camera. Did you hear some sound?
Yeah, like a little chirp sound.
Right. And record video. Did you hear some sound? Or I can tell it to turn on the flash. Flash on. Did it turn on? No.
No, I don't.
Flash on. Now it works. Sometimes there's some latency. Flash off. The difference between this and what you're doing is you're using a device that is virtual reality only. In other words, it doesn't have any use for any other purposes. This class of devices is running regular operating systems such as Android.
So you can see a screen?
Yeah, this is a screen.
Okay, wait.
And
Okay,
it is
you
a
can see
complete
screen, like,
computer.
projected across?
Yes, this is a complete computer.
Can it run like all of the heavy duty software?
Yeah, it's everything that is running on Android. It's an Android operating system.
So most computer software for musicians doesn't run on Android though. It doesn't work on mobile devices.
Right.
It mostly works on it requires a lot of computing system. I think like even Pro Tools requires like a 16 gig of RAM.
Right. So you can
run
run Android inside any other operating system. So you can run it on a PC, run Android on a PC, and then you have all the facilities of the PC, or run even Windows inside Android. All kinds of combinations. The problem that I'm telling you is when you deal with an operating system like that has no alternative use, you are locking yourself into a bottleneck that is hard to open. If you could expand it to other devices like this, you'd expand the market a lot, because these devices are used for other purposes. And then you'll have a lot larger audience, and they're not held by one company that controls the operating system like Meta or...
Yeah, well, and that's where like we're making it so it's like on most virtual devices, and that really helps us with that like interactive feature where you do feel like you're in the same room as the person. So that's where like I think, because with musicians they really need to have that feel of like being able to like see each other's like avatars and being able to see their faces and stuff like that. And so that's where
it's a good start, but you'll once you try to commercialize it, you'll find out that a lot of companies, including Meta, are moving away from VR into AI.
Yeah.
And the investment, Microsoft just fired 1,000 people from their AR division. 1,000 people is a lot of people for one segment, And they froze they had those goggles, I forgot what they called it.
Are you talking about like their Quest headsets?
They have a VR set that lands something.
I mean, they just released like their Quest 3. And
Microsoft?
Oh,
I'm talking about Microsoft.
Oh, Microsoft? Their Vive? Is that the one? Or no, that's Sony. But yeah, like I mean,
Microsoft had a head-mounted device for VR, and they developed a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, they decided to kind of stay out of the game. Because like the biggest ones, are like the Sony, and then the
Meta and Apple.
Because Meta, there's already like. They have about 30, 40 million headsets in like the 18
There was another
range.
one that went out of business just recently. It used to be in Florida, the headquarters. I forgot what that was called. And they also...
I'm not sure. Yeah, like I mean, for right now, because so like 90% of musicians are gamers, and so many of them already have headsets, and so that's where it's kind of good, and especially like where the technology is right now, then it's really the best aspect. And then we plan to move into AR after that, because with handling the latency and as we adapt our AI and everything to like help better handle that and like really streamline the latency, then I think we'll be able to move into the AR a lot more easily kind of after that. But at the moment, like it seems like the best way to handle that. And the thing is really like because the screen sharing and all of that is still all based on whatever the user's platform is. So our environments are Unity, but it imports whatever operating system that they're using. So it really works well with that.
It's a good start, but you'll be to commercialize it. There is a challenge where you have trending going down on VR. Right now, everybody that is including even Meta, decided to focus in more on AI now.
They do have a lot of focus in that, but I mean, if you watch anything that Zuckerberg is looking at, like I mean, he's still very much pushing his stuff, and we have a lot of contacts at Meta within their divisions and stuff. And while AI is like, they're pushing a lot of stuff, they're also using AI to like push a lot of their VR stuff. And so
eventually they're going to marry it, but right now it will be a challenge to deal with a restricted market like that. Anyways, good luck. I hope you succeed.
Yeah. And
All
he
I
said-
wanted to do is have a chair or something that I can put a clamp here.
Why
But
don't
I
you
can
put it
even
on
put
this?
it on this, yes.
Put it on this.
I think that will work. I'm trying to
The
see
AV guy.
how thick it is. Who is the AV guy?
There in the black shirt. I talked to him.
Yeah.
He says we'll have connectivity.
Uh-huh.
And he says they have a laptop, they'll put a laptop there
Yeah.
and give them a USB with the slides and they'll put it on the slide. So in the morning you can give them everything.
It's like we had in Miami-Dade.
What? What do we have in Miami
That
Dade?
it was a big problem to
Yeah.
put their stuff on. You can talk without it.
You can talk without
I was
it.
wondering if there is a way to put the chair in here or so I can put my little 360.
You want to wait? So put the, but the thing is, if we speak,
Yeah.
will it be in the way when people speak? Sit down.
No, it's just will be here or there in the middle.
Right in here.
Just a little stand, a little chair. Let me ask them if there is a little chair with wheels or something like that.
They have an extreme farm from Brazil that is streaming their crap, and that's affecting. Yeah, I think there's going to be now new technology come back.
Exactly. There will.
Verification technology.
There totally will. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one of the people in the audience, maybe more than one of the people in the audience, are working on this.
Can you come with me for a minute to translate what I'm saying to them?
I had a video that I put online. I don't remember what it was. I was somewhere with a family member. I think it
Right.
was with my son at like a Pizza Hut or something. And in the background, on the tiny ass speaker in the Pizza Hut, was I have no idea what, but YouTube's AI or whatever we're going to call it spotted it and said, your video won't be taken down. The label will allow you to keep that up there. So they can obviously find the Shakira videos. Because my video was my son at a booth at Pizza Hut, and this music was 40 feet away, being picked up on my phone. And my son is talking, so that's like super background. So the tools are crazy.
You're mixing records, so you have a setup at your spot.
I have a studio in my house, but the most recent stuff I've been mixing is Dolby Atmos, and I don't have a Dolby Atmos studio in my house. So that was the engineer that I did it together with. I did it at his studio. I mixed Kiss's first album in Dolby Atmos, and Ariana Grande's first album in Dolby Atmos. Yeah, it's wild.
Excuse me, I wanted to ask you something. I have to speak here tomorrow, and I was wondering if we could use some small chair. I wanted to demonstrate a 360 camera.
Yeah, whatever you need tomorrow. We have lots of time up before the thing. We'll get you whatever you need.
Yeah, it's nothing to it, just something like a chair,
Yep.
like one of these chairs or something like that. That I
We'll have the whole production team here tomorrow. Whatever you want to do, we'll do.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, thank
Don't
you.
even sweat it. We got you. Piece of cake.
I gotta run because I'm teaching.
Okay, got it.
Fine.
So that's it. So you play by ear, see how it is 45 minutes, and that's it. Got to see the
We
play.
can even stick it in here.
You can stick it on that.
Yeah.
Just put it on that and clip it. And you know what, in between, at 12 o'clock, we could even come for noon. And then at
Yeah.
noon, you could, when they
the
go
break.
in the break, you set up whatever you want, and try it. And cheese kaffa, the charmer.
The what?
The charmer kaffa. They have more, I guess, כל אחד בהיידי, אין להם job, כל אחד, הם יכולים לקנות איזה...
Who wants to go to Haiti now?
No, הם יכולים ככה to come. So where are you guys with? You're with the TV station?
Yeah, I work for Voice of America.
Voice of America.
They have a Creole section.
They have a what?
So a Creole section. The link.
Oh, Creole.
Yeah, because they have a lot of Voice of
Oh,
America
Creole.
all over the world. They have
So they
Spanish
broadcast to Haiti.
to Haiti. Yeah.
So when was the last time you were in Haiti?
5 years ago.
Really?
And you still
Wow.
have family there?
Yeah, my mom. My
With
dad.
all this mess in Haiti?
And how are they doing?
course, but
Are they doing okay? I mean, because
They do-
sometimes you never know with the media if it's as bad as it looks in the media. Is it?
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's
Is
bad.
it bad? Is it the worst you've ever seen it?
Ever.
Ever. It's
It
like
was
that-
bad when I went there, but now it's.
But is it
worse.
everywhere? Is it also where your parents live, or is it?
Is it like the whole country?
Well, my parents leave.
Yeah.
Before it was a little bit safe, but now they have to leave the place
What do you mean that?
because gang members
Really? Okay. So where do they live?
in south.
So they move
South of the capital,
So
yeah.
they
They
move
move like go far
away
from
from
that.
the
It used to be only the capital at the time.
The capital,
but
that's
now
the
it looks like it
central
is
of the gang violence.
spreading
But they
around.
spread it like
everywhere. So if there's
everywhere.
like
We have
if someone-
some safe place like enough. Cap Asian, that's another safe place. But the capital, like
Excuse
the
me.
whole city.
Let me talk to you. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, so
So you're
It's
trying to bring
complicated.
him here, or what?
Can you bring them here, or they don't
no,
want
not
to?
yet, not yet. I'm
Uh-huh.
trying because Biden they have a special humanitarian program.
Right.
Because to unite
So-
families, you are a family with your parents.
Can't they unite them? But-
Yeah,
but
I
it's
just
hard.
have a kids now, 2 months old.
Oh, so.
I have my wife here, but my
Well-
mom and my dad, they still.
And are they yeah, okay.
It's not easy, but they are safe.
They're
Where
safe.
they
You
are.
feel they're safe.
Yeah,
Okay, that's me.
a little bit.
Let me ask one of the questions.
All right.
Excuse me, are you a professor at FIU?
Yes, Sam.
Oh, I thought so. I looked at you up in the you were a speaker, or you will be a speaker?
Yeah, I was a speaker today at
Oh, you were a speaker.
12 o'clock approximately.
Yeah. You look somehow different than the picture. It little confused me at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, though that's me.
Maybe your outfit is a little different. or
Maybe it is.
something like
Maybe
that.
it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you. You are in
Presentation tomorrow?
you are in music, or?
Yeah. I'm a music engineer and a producer.
Okay. Yeah. I'm talking tomorrow, and we'll have the music engineering chairman speak in our session. So
From UM?
yes.
Chris Bennett?
She's invited him. I don't think so.
Christopher, okay. Well, he's one of the people that's running the program, the music engineering program. Christopher Bennett at University of Miami.
It may be him, or I think
Okay.
it is another one. He's the chairman. I'm not sure.
Okay, cool.
But he's
Excellent.
doing some things with AI. And,
Well, that sounds like Christopher. Christopher's doing some stuff
yeah,
with AI.
maybe it is Christopher.
It might be Christopher
yeah.
Bennett.
Yeah. So you are going to come tomorrow?
I can't. I'm teaching tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
wish
whole
I could.
point. I cannot believe that they don't stream it and record
know.
it so people can either view it in real time or after the fact.
Yeah. It should,
With-
well, I think they recorded it, but I don't know why they're going to
Yeah.
stream it. They really should have.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, nice meeting
Nice
you. And have
meeting
a
you.
great presentation tomorrow.
Thank you.
On Instagram, TikTok, when they're releasing your tracks. So music is is one of the first inputs into the process.
And you presented today?
No, that's tomorrow.
When are you going to present?
2:15.
No, what?
Oh, what am I going to present?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about Fireframe, and then I'll talk
Yeah,
about.
are you going to show it?
I'll show it.
Uh-huh.
But then I'll also talk about the opportunities and challenges of this whole sector as I see it over the next 5 years.
Okay.
So we'll talk very specific. This is what's available today. Something really cool. Show you how you could use it.
Yeah.
But then kind of take it up one level and
talk about it in
some of the really cool things that I think
How
are on the
long have you
horizon.
been developing it?
So a little over a year. Yeah.
It's fast for a year.
Very brief interruption.
Yeah.
Is Christopher Bennett coming tomorrow? He mentioned somebody was coming tomorrow. Sounded like Christopher might be coming.
What's his name?
No, Tom Collins. Do you know Tom?
I
He
don't think I
just
do. I know
came-
Christopher.
Yeah, but
I think Tom just came
Tom just
recently.
came last year.
Okay.
So he's from the UK. So he's
Okay.
doing a lot of things. He has a demo. He has a lab, which is nice with psychology.
This is a professor
and
of
also
music
AI
engineering from
music.
UM. That is going to be coming tomorrow, and he's at FIU doing the same thing more or less.
Okay, great.
People to interview me, others
So this
to
is
interview
using
me.
AI or
Yes.
wire?
Yeah. So
It's called wireframe.
Fireframe. So we say our artists create wireframes for their music. So you start by uploading your music, and it will analyze the music, and then you're presented with an editor type experience where you can chunk the song up into segments, and then write prompts or use images to render short video segments, and you can build a story for your music off of that.
Audio
And
production.
it has like a pretty artistic vibe, and we have a lot of artists who are like, oh my god, like I can't go spend $50,000 to produce a music video, but now I can use these AI systems to really tell a story that I feel like is on brand for me because I'm controlling it all, and I can do it for every song on my album for like $100, and they're all of a sudden like,
Yeah, it looks like pretty reasonable rate at $2 per minute or something like
yeah,
that.
$2 per minute, yeah. It's interesting that you framed it that way because we did change the pricing recently to, people kept asking us, well, how much is it per minute? And I forgot that we put that on the website.
Yeah.
Or did you put that together yourself that quickly?
No, I looked it up in the website.
Okay.
It's important because people cannot otherwise figure out how much.
Like what kind of commitment is it?
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. Like he explained, they're all struggling financially, you know.
Yes. But so $2 a minute, people seem to be excited about that.
We're outside of Philadelphia.
Oh, so you came
Oh, Philadelphia.
Yeah. Yes, we're like right between Philadelphia and New York City.
Oh, I was surprised because I got the false impression that you're from Miami.
Yeah,
No.
we thought it was we ran into them, so we kind of did locally. Okay, great. Yeah, I think that's good because that's what.
But Miami will be a good target audience because there are a lot of poor musicians in Miami.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, everywhere. No, but Miami is kind of
Especially
like
in Miami because they're coming from.
Latin America. We're really the capital. You know, Estefan and all that.
And not only that, all these countries like what's his name? This guy, the Haitians.
Yes.
Who can live in
There's a melting
Haiti?
pot here. Yes.
Who can live
A lot of them
anywhere,
are
all over.
musicians, and it takes time to build an audience and establish yourself, and they just come with nothing.
Yes.
I mean, that gets me excited.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying your way to do it is. And what did you do before this?
So I wrote my first line of code when I was 6, so I've been in software like my whole life.
Yeah.
But I've also done 3D animation, and I've like amateurly produced music because I play the piano.
Okay.
And I like the whole. I'm just like a technical person, so
Yeah,
like opening up a DAW and like playing with plugins.
Right.
I was always.
It can be when I asked these people, I met another guy. He was supposed to come tomorrow, but he can't. And then he just said he spent time with all this AI generation stuff. And I said, how many hours? And he has a real job. How many hours a day? I said, you must spend. He goes, well, I used to be at 4 hours a day, but I'm trying to,
Well, because the thing that got me inspired enough. Yeah.
There is also some alert, weather alert.
The flood.
The flooding.
Flood alert.
Flooding,
Did that go
yes.
off in here for everyone?
Yeah, the flood alert. And we just drove and we saw if you are going to drive out of here.
We don't have a car.
Oh, so you're staying in the hotel?
We're staying
at
at
the
the hotel. We got lucky. We're just gonna walk.
Yeah.
Or we're not leaving. We'll just order in.
Yeah.
But tomorrow you may be going to the airport or
Thursday
today after
morning.
today?
Thursday morning, yeah.
I think that by Thursday it's going to slow down.
I hope so.
All right, good.
Our
Yeah.
flight's at 5 in the morning. So.
The worst day will be tomorrow, they said.
Okay. All right. Well, that's not
But
bad.
when you go from here to the airport, you can use the metro, and that is elevated. So there is a train that goes pretty much out of here. It is free to the main metro, and from the main metro to the airport.
Yeah.
And you don't get outside at all, so you don't have to worry about running in those floods.
Okay, we'll have to check that out.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that.
But if you take walks here, certain side of the city is low and
yeah.
flooded, and the other side of the city is not.
Yeah.
So you should be aware of it.
Yeah.
Even taking walks, the side, when you go out of the hotel, you'll see that there is a highway and a bridge. So this bridge leads to a certain area that is flood oriented. So beyond the bridge, the streets are flooded.
Okay.
But the other side is a little higher up. Unless you go to the Miami Beach,
Yeah. What happens there? Does that flood?
that
or-
is a flooded area.
We went there last night, so at least we got a good night to check out
Yeah,
Miami
the floods
Beach.
will also only start tomorrow, they said in the
Okay.
news.
Yeah.
And certain areas of Miami Beach are also clear. It depends which area of Miami Beach.
Okay.
Yeah, we were in South Beach last night.
Yeah, South Beach is relatively good, but north becomes lower.
Oh, okay. I would have thought it would have been the opposite, but okay.
No, it's just happened. This is why they build. You see a lot of high rises in South Beach.
Yeah.
This is why they build those high rises, because it's a little elevated and the soil is
deeper into the
way deeper, because to build like 100-floor high rise, you have to go down a lot.
Yeah.
And they couldn't do it so well in the northern part, so they stashed all these high rises that you see. Yeah. So it's a good idea. Just be aware of it.
Yeah. Are you going to be talking?
I'm going to talk tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. What are you talking about?
About devices like this. You see, this is a head-mounted device.
Cool.
That you talk to it, like I'm telling it to flash on, flash off, flash off. Sometimes there is background noise. Anyways, just to demonstrate what he was talking about, sharing the experience.
Sure.
So for somebody like you, a developer, for example, you sit a lot of hours by yourself, you cannot monetize it besides creating the product that you do.
Sure. But do you ever read Snow Crash?
No.
Oh, Snow Crash. So, great book. This reminds me of one of the things they talked about in the book, which is like basically like having all these devices that can record, and there was a type of character in the book called gargoyles, where basically they recorded everything in a room at all times.
But the thing about this is that it is hands-free.
Cool.
So let's say that you are a pianist or you are a producer or a developer, and you are busy typing or playing the piano. This is a complete computer, and you can broadcast it live as you do whatever you do.
Very cool.
So you can and even if you make a live performance, let's say here, you can broadcast it. It has its own SIM card, and even if TCP/IP is not available, it can run on the cellular network.
Cool.
So you can broadcast live and archive it on YouTube and other servers worldwide while you are doing whatever you're doing, playing the piano. And
cool. Yeah.
So the idea that he was talking about, to make it
like make you present.
Yeah,
the spatial.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can have, even if you sit by yourself, or I don't know, she's assisting you, you can have another 1,000 people interact with you or listen to you in real time.
That's fun.
For whatever it's worth. And if you are popular or something, people may want to do that.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure in somebody like Paul McCartney, or one of those people will share their experience of writing a song or developing a song. A lot of people want to watch it, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing your talk.
And your environment runs on what operating system? On a server?
It's in the cloud.
It's in the cloud.
Yeah. So you can use any device. It's designed for a mobile device right now, though. I mean, you can use it on any device.
It is working on a mobile device?
But yeah, most people have a process where...
So on Android, on what operating system?
I mean, like, it's just a website, mobile first website.
But if you have no connectivity, it can still work?
No, you need connectivity. I mean, because the rendering happens on the clusters in the cloud. That's where all the generation happens. Some of the features work offline, but in general...
and you cannot run it in a batch, record it to a local device without connectivity, the input, so to speak, and then when connectivity is enabled again, to upload
You can upload images and video as inputs into the process, but you can't use the platform offline.
No, without using the platform. Let's say that here, like every time there is events like this, the connectivity is going down, and even the cell towers, some of them get hit by the hurricane, and the cellular system is also down. So people sit, they don't have what to do, and if they sit at home, they try and play the piano or do whatever they want.
Yeah, I mean, eventually we'll probably have we call that like the edge computing option.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Eventually
if they collect the input on the edge, and all of a sudden connectivity is available, it can be uploaded at a later time and processed at a later time.
Yeah. We not today. It doesn't support that.
Right
but
now,
eventually,
it's all in real time.
Only in real time. I mean, we only, like I said, we only launched in January, so there's lots of.
But it's 5:20.
You have to go.
Yeah, he has a meeting at 5:30.
Anyways,
it's not long.
Enjoy talking to you and good luck to you.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, it seems like a good idea.
Yes.
I hope you check it out.
Yeah, we did look at
I
it.
appreciate you doing that.
You know, it would be good to go to a university where they teach music and take the whole class.
Yes.
And bring the whole class at the time as a homework assignment.
Even cooler is giving the whole class an assignment for the same piece of music and seeing the diversity of what comes back.
Yeah, and you can
That'd be
get
fun.
like those groups that are very expensive to test it on real people. You know, I forgot what it is called. Those groups, you know. That you have
user groups.
Not user groups.
Focus groups.
Focus groups. That's right. It's extremely expensive, and then you can get the whole class as a focus group and repeat it a few times, and you get a lot of good feedback.
Absolutely, that's a good idea.
I have a it was on the next option is sync. Yeah, so it's called Fireframe. Basically, you upload your music, and then you can break your music down into sections, write a story for each of those sections, and it will generate based on what you put in. And there's like a bunch of creative controls and stuff, so people are getting like really cool results. But one of the things that's really important is also making it not really automatic. Having you be the driver, the human driver. So that's our focus. It's like we don't have any. Well, we have AI, but we have not exposed it as a product yet.
Oh, I used to be so mad. Sometimes you do a video from the bathroom. I said, why are you in the bathroom? Still go get a pot. And tell them, oh, you love the sauce and all that stuff. Oh my God,
Take my contact info. I just have to run to a meeting real quick.
I am a little disappointed by only having my action
There you go. That's my contact.
Pennsylvania has like beautiful weather right now.
So I'm only playing songs that were requested. Yeah, so.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you. I meant to tell him about you, but I forgot.
Whatever you want. Okay, let me get
You know, you should work. This is your bag.
Oh, I need my other, did you get my food back?
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. You should work with the Jazz Association.
Yeah, you told me.
And there are a lot of other associations here that they will bring their members, and they have a lot of musicians. I was telling you about him and about this operation with the city of
We were talking to him about it.
I was telling him about you.
No, we were talking. We were singing your praises.
He was so busy with all his. He was swamped.
You know, I took a blues band to go to Well, I thought I was going to Monte Carlo.
Right.
I had no idea. They played in Prince Albert's Royal Automobile Museum.
Wow.
In fact, if you go on, what do you call it? What's this video thing that you stream? Oh, YouTube.
YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. So it's called Bolongaro Expo. And so for seven
Oh,
and
we
a half
don't even have to
minutes,
take off your thing.
you'll
We're going
see the
straight in
band
the
playing, you'll see a guy that looks like Jesus, standing next to Prince Albert, and I'm there. And then you'll see me dancing with my daughter. And
Wow.
that same blues band
Yeah.
wound up going to Paris 2 more times.
Wow.
And the guy who arranged for it to happen, he just came to visit over the weekend. So
I'm sorry.
I knew you need
Yeah,
to
the
go.
big band.
So what do you, where did,
Yeah,
He said jazz society, they do a lot of jazz.
yeah,
I love that. I love that. Awesome, awesome,
So,
awesome. I'm
are we
Rebecca.
going?
Okay.
you're a lawyer too?
Yeah, great.
You have a business card?
Yes, awesome. It was nice to meet you.
So you are my guest. Tomorrow.
So what is your specialty?
She's a lawyer and she's a lawyer,
Yeah,
but
but what are your
Both laws.
specialties?
So I'm a corporate lawyer by nature, but most of the clients that I service are in the entertainment space.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay.
do you have a business card?
I have an electronic one.
Yeah.
Okay,
You guys want the
so
electronic one? Yeah. Okay.
I have your reference on the
Right.
on the web on his website.
There you go. If you
Yeah,
take a
yeah,
picture of this
they
QR.
can- You can take
Yes.
a picture. It's okay.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow too.
Tomorrow.
All right,
Okay.
guys.
She's
It's
traveling.
nice to meet you.
She's traveling
Okay,
tomorrow.
all right.
Are you coming tomorrow?
No, I have a conference in Atlanta. Another tech.
Okay, thank you.
and entertainment.
And you're in you live in Miami? Where are
Yes, I
you?
do. I pretty much do just about the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
a little bit into
And you're in
entertainment,
Miami too?
entertainment. Gilliana.
Do you know her?
No,
Okay.
nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
She's heading out. I mean, we're heading out.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't want to be in the
You're gonna be in
flood.
this in here? Tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be tomorrow.
He was asking, he tried to register, so I said, he didn't know he came especially here to
Oh,
talk to me.
I was telling him about you, and
We told him
I was
about you.
telling those people that I invited him, the photographer and the guy in charge of you. I told him to tell the rest of the people. Anyways, we'll see you maybe tomorrow then.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, you know that there's flood alerts.
Well, I just rolled my pants up.
Right,
I
right.
live 2 blocks from here. I
Oh,
live
that's good. So you
You have
don't
an
have to
umbrella?
worry about it.
No, I'll just wait till it. Just gotta be a break for at least a minute, somewhere in between.
Yeah, but they said that the alert all night will be flooding in Miami.
Okay. Well, I can swim.
Yeah, right.
You got any Nintendo as the umbrella? I mean, no.
No, it's okay. Doesn't need.
No, I'm
Okay.
fine.
You're fine?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what a small world. I'm so glad that you told me. He was in the lobby sitting and he
Really?
called me. And
That's probably what, my phone?
now it's all
Oh,
those
the
alerts.
alert.
Yeah,
from
okay.
Flooding alert.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay, I got it.
So just be careful not to fall into some deep puddle.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. In fact, they have a manhole by that Whole Foods.
Yeah, you have to be
Yeah,
careful.
Yeah, I know the whole
Where the
foot.
metro
Yeah, right. Can you
mover go over it?
Yeah, right.
But there's a manhole that's open.
Yeah.
And they got a cone sticking in. I saw that coming.
Because when
walking
it is
across-
flooded, you don't see it and you
won't
step
see
into
You'll
it.
be going down. Okay, good. Okay.
Good to
great.
see you again.
Right. Likewise.
I'm
See you
surprised
tomorrow.
that you are the only one that showed up. I was talking to your supervisor, those guys that were organizing
Fritz? What's his
Oh,
name?
the
yeah,
event.
yeah, yeah.
And I told them
They
to.
travel a lot.
They travel a lot.
Yeah, they
right.
said that they may be busy.
Yeah.
They were
But
like,
And I was telling this organizer about you, but he was too busy to contact
everybody's just
you.
busy. Okay, so we'll
So it's
see.
good that you
But
well,
came.
listen, why don't you
What's
take
tomorrow?
2 more cards in mine
Yeah.
and just give it to those people. Tell them
Yeah,
I like
because
to
there are a
talk
lot
to
of
them.
people in the musician in this business that will benefit from the organizer of
How
the
bad
event.
is it?
It's bad?
Yeah, it's good. Anyway.
Okay, thank you. So we'll see you maybe tomorrow.
Oh, did you see? Why did you get it? Where?
They give umbrellas.
Belfort. I'll go with you.
Okay. I was
This-
just going to ask them the typical large tracks.
It is supposed to be really bad later.
Over that we can kind of. You have one? Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This is good,
Thank
a
you.
little poncho.
Yeah, right. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. You done?
What is this? Apple. Twins.
Okay.
Bye. Bye. Good to see you.
No, he's a security guard.
Huh?
He's a security guard.
Who?
And next door, that guy.
Oh, really? He's working as a security guard?
For 3 o'clock. So he thought after 3 he could come.
Yeah.
So I said, listen, they're charging everybody, but I introduced him to
Yeah.
Jean-Marie, and he says, I'll get to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I said,
You want to read something now? Maybe sit here and eat a couple of things.
Yeah. We have those tables there.
Yeah.
I think that's the best table. Isn't there a
Yeah.
table?
Here, there in the corner.
Oh, this is cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, celebrate my birthday. So how was my talk?
It was good. It's good that you spoke to them.
What was good?
Good that you spoke.
Why? I said something, you know, and he does such a poor job, that kid.
The Haitian guy?
No, the one that was speaking about his company
Oh,
with the sneakers. I said, why don't you show your product?
yeah.
Instead of yapping.
Because a lot of the people won't understand what he was talking about.
Adult ponchos. These are good to have in
Yeah.
your pocket. Huh?
Yeah. Here, take one of these.
Wasn't it a good idea? I took that.
Yes.
Huh? And I took a banana and I took some cheeses.
It is so poor, they don't even give you coffee.
They didn't even have water.
Mm.
It's really pretty bad. But what it is sometimes from the other speakers, they're not so bad. You know what I mean? And everybody only comes for the day. What are you looking at?
Looking at you.
And what about it?
You want to talk to him?
What?
What did he tell you?
Who? What
What's his name, this organizer?
Jean?
Yeah.
No, he told me, I asked him about the AV. He says, go talk to the AV. And the AV, I talked to Dan, he didn't want to bother with me. He says, we'll take care of you. Bring me a memory stick and I'll put it on the computer. We have plenty of computers. We have laptops, so we'll put a laptop up. And I said, how about the number of seats?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, we'll take care of you. You need another seat, we'll bring you another chair. He didn't want to talk now. I think he was more interested in talking to that professor there, but they were talking to, he also had, the guy with AV has a music production studio. Everybody can open up a music production studio. You understand?
None of these musicians can survive.
No, they all have to have another job. I asked that girl with the blondini, I said, how do you put food on the table?
Yeah. What did she say?
And then she got some investors, and then she said...
He said he was working for Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Anyway, to me, he looks like he was on drugs for a long time.
Yeah.
Got the tattoos on the fingers, that's what he looks like to me. Yeah. Sure, sorry, thank you. I'll let you know.
You know, when I first saw you up there, the lady that you were talking to with the white outfit on?
Yeah.
Now, if you see her tomorrow, could you give her a card too?
Okay, you mean the attorney?
No, the girl with the colored outfit.
No, with the white outfit. That was before.
Before I was talking to her. Oh, she's not going to be here tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
What she has.
What was her thing?
Her thing is, her husband developed this software that you have to wear those goggles. Have you ever seen those, like, AR?
Goggles.
Those goggles. So you wear these goggles, and then you can produce music with other people around the world. So you're sitting in Miami producing your music. You'll have a producer in Amsterdam. He'll wear the goggles. Sort of like Zoom. Have you ever been on Zoom?
Right.
And you share a screen on Zoom? The only difference is when you're working in music. You can sit down. You want to sit down?
Yeah. Let me get my bag.
Yeah. That Cowboys.
He called you?
Texted me. Hope it works out tomorrow.
Mhm.
I'm sure it will.
So the difference is
In latency. The problem with Zoom, if we're doing anything in musically, when
The
there's
latency is
COVID,
very high.
The latency, you know how you know very
Yeah.
well. We have to be in the same beat. If we're a half a second delayed or a second delay, we're not together.
okay.
So basically, their platform is using these goggles, like Apple has it, Apple Vision, Microsoft, so they have these goggles that you wear, and then you can be like you're in a music session together. And then their idea is, we'll let fans, let's say you're a fan, want to look at how they're producing music, you'll wear these goggles too, and you'll be able to see how their work. So that's their idea.
So the idea if somebody is what? You're buying these goggles to have this experience and also to communicate.
Right.
And they can fund themselves, they can charge for it.
And they're thinking they can charge, their business idea is that we're going to charge fans, let's say $10. And you can see for $10, you pay $10 and you'll be able to see these guys producing their music.
Okay.
That's,
The problem is that they're all strapped for cash.
they're all strapped for
So
cash.
they've tried to figure out how to get more cash inflow and fund their operation. And he was saying that he has to work cutting chicken in a grocery store.
That was a long time ago, he was saying.
Doesn't matter, but he had to work all kinds of odd jobs. Security, security guard, and all kinds of jobs like that.
Music yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
You're not professional.
I call myself a songwriter.
Okay, what is
At
that?
one point, I wrote like 88 songs, but I have like 28 on YouTube.
You wrote
Spotify,
songs?
yeah.
You're on Spotify,
So-
of your own songs?
Yeah, I have 2 albums.
You have 2
But
albums?
the glorified demo. One has 20 songs, the other one has 8 songs. But I have an additional 60 songs that I haven't put out.
And what kind are, they're jazz? Jazz, blues?
Well, one guy said this is like, ever heard the term?
What?
Yacht rock and jazz. You know.
And you sing on it too?
Yeah.
Can I hear one?
Got it on Spotify. I'm getting there.
Take your time. I have to respond to these emails, these texts. So this is, your first name is what?
Keith.
Keith.
Keith
So now
Clark.
I have somebody, Ilario Arpino.
Oh yeah?
Do you know him? Who is
No.
that?
What about?
Look at this.
No, that's the lady who did the sculpture work, I think.
Oh, that's
I couldn't find your number, so I actually had to call her. I couldn't find your card,
Right.
so I called her, and she.
Oh,
and she-
okay. So I
yeah.
just got a text from her. Okay, I met you. You mentioned about the election. I'm very interested. I'm not sure how to read. You send me the information. So I guess I'll just say, so just come. Okay. So she lives downtown too.
Yeah, she lives downtown.
Okay.
Who is she?
Remember the artist?
Oh, the artist,
in
yeah.
sculpture?
But she also did she shared with me
She does
herself
nice
singing a blues song.
She does.
A Trouble in
Oh.
Mind, and she had the feel. It was
Yeah,
like,
she was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I was impressed.
Yeah. You know, sometimes it wouldn't be bad. Almost those groups you got were fantastic. Who chose
Yeah.
those groups?
Yeah, I'm the one that.
Who are you?
Yeah.
They did a very
Who was
good
your-
job.
You know who is really good? What's on
Which one?
What's her name? The big black woman. What's her name? She belted it out of Rika. She's kind of like a.
In the last session,
The very last one?
The black-
No, the one. She was good too. The very last
Oh,
one.
are you talking about?
Yeah, but
You're
she
talking-
was very good too.
Yeah.
She, the last one, she was good too. That
Yeah.
from Colombia, she was.
maybe it was
Cuban. Cuban. Her,
She
her
Cuban?
father is Cuban. Yeah.
She was really good, and also, you know what, John? She had that. She brought the group, and she even the woman on the keyboards was really good. Of her, what's her name?
No, so
You
no,
know
you talking
which
about the
one?
black woman who.
The black
yeah.
woman.
Her name is God, on tip of my tongue.
I know.
She's kind of.
She's been around for.
Yeah, Valerie Tyson. Yeah, Valerie Tyson.
Valerie. She was.
Yeah.
She was dynamite,
Yeah.
and the keyboard.
Yeah,
is what-
the keyboard player is
what
good.
She's
Yeah.
good too.
Yeah. They were good.
Okay, so
I
let
hear
me
you.
respond. Okay. So should I just tell her to come? Try coming if you have time.
But yeah. So what time you want her to come? Your session
Yeah.
or the whole thing?
No, I don't have
Yeah,
permission to come
yeah,
to
don't
the whole
put-
thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I can
I
tell her to
understand.
come to my session, you know. When's my session? At 3:40. Session. Oh, you called her? Because you thought you knew that she had my number or what?
No. Yeah, I couldn't find your card.
Yeah, right.
And so I called her because I had her card.
Oh, you had
And
a.
then I mentioned you. I said, "Do you have her?" She said, "Yes." And she made a screenshot and sent it
Okay,
to
good.
me.
Okay, good.
So if it wasn't for her having it, I wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have had. You know, I mean, I'm not even sure where your card is. You know, when you need it.
Yeah,
you
I
never
know.
can find
Sometimes
it.
I clean out my wallet to make it thin.
you find me.
Or I'll
Or
separate it.
sometimes you have it. Yours is good because you have some coloring. You have some pictures on your card, so you can figure it out. Other people, you look at the card and you go, I have no idea who this person is. Don't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the time.
Who the hell is the same fish? So this is what the album looks like. Spend tonight with you.
Move the chair, maybe on it. Wow. Oh, I like the
so,
title.
So I got 20 songs. on
What's
there.
your favorite?
I don't know. You know, everybody likes stuff
No,
different.
but what do you like?
yeah,
What do you think I would like? You know kind of the music I like.
Yeah, I understand, but I have
Yeah, okay.
odd
jump
taste.
in.
I'm just gonna throw this one
Yeah,
on.
okay. Well, here.
Hold on, let me.
Okay.
Man, I can't get better volume in that. Hold on, let me pause it. Let me see if I can get a little more.
Yeah, see if you can get better volume.
I can't even pause it. I can't even pause it, let alone get.
Okay, you're fine.
Hold on.
Next one.
give me a second to. You're looking for a trash can?
Yes.
See that rectangular column there?
Yes.
To the left of it.
Songwriters, artists.
Hi. Stop recording.